Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Skeletal Prowess. It's a Rakdos deck, which means red and black, where it's half Prowess red aggro and half black skeleton aggro. If you like double aggro Skeletal Prowess wonder decks, then this might just be the deck for you. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and I may be a doctor, but I'm not that kind of doctor, so please stop sending me pictures of your infected junk. Doctor, you can't suck it. Yes, thank you. Film before live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by, well, there's no name on it, so I'll just say MTGA-Assistant-Meta. It is called Rakdos and had a 60% win rate. Yeah. So 60%, that sounds good. Rakdos, that sounds good. Moreover, it started off, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, hasty red. I'm like, well, whatever. And then I'm like, ooh, skeletons, hasty skeletons. And I'm like, that's even better, but wait a second, it's two different colors. It's not the decks I'm looking for. These are two things that are smashed together. This sounds really good. All right, so I'm hoping for some good things. I like both these decks, but you play them all 100 times, you tend to not just play them. But I'm looking forward to seeing both of them slam together like a Reese's peanut butter cup. It's like, oh no, I got my hasty red aggro in your hasty black skeletons. No, my hasty black skeletons is jammed into your hasty red aggro. Yes, that's what we're doing today. It's going to be glorious beyond compare. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush my hopes and dreams. Let's take a look at probably the big centerpiece of this deck, which is the Cori-Steel Cutter, which is that whenever you cast a second spell each turn, you create a 1/1 white monk with Prowess, and you can attach this equipment to it. So that's the big deal right there, this guy right there. Why is that important? Because everything is cheap. Nothing costs more than 3 mana, and we're just going to go to town. How many is this thing? We got 22 lands, and that's it. We're just going to grab mana, and we're going to try to get multiples of these guys out. What are we going to do otherwise? Skeleton, he's slow. But okay, let's go back. Corpses of the Lost will give your skeletons +1/+0 and haste. So that's why we got lots of slow skeletons, because eventually we'll get out Corpses of the Lost, at which point all your skeletons become hasty dudes that are pumped. And if one of your non-token creatures dies, you can return this to your hand and play it on your next turn, which puts out another skeleton. Yeah, it's all glorious things. So let's get going. So this guy comes out, he cannot block, and whenever you commit a crime, which I don't think we have much crimes in here. So Strategic Betrayal is a crime. All right. Then you could pay 1 to return from your graveyard to the battlefield. There you go. And if you had the corpses out, he has haste. So you could just go straight from your graveyard to the battlefield to attacking. And he'd be a 3/2, which would be glorious and wonderful. 2 points of damage. If you have 5 mana, which I'm not expecting to ever have, then we could do 4 points of damage. What's important here is that we can do something for 1. So that way, if we can get 2 cards out in a turn, then this guy will make into a monk, and then you got double prowess going on for any monks that are already out. Who else is a monk? This guy's a monk. What does monks like to do? Prowess, and haste. Monstrous Rage will pump something up. It only costs 1. That's always great. This guy costs 2, puts out a skeleton. If you have Corpses Lost out, it'll be hasty 3/2. If you don't have any, suspected skeletons, then you can do the solve thing after a while, in which case you can pay 2 mana to go get whatever you want out of your library, put it into your hand. Strategic Betrayal forces an opponent to exile a creature they control and exile their graveyard. So suck it, some specific creature and a graveyard. Let's see, Slickshot comes out for 2. He has haste and weird kind of prowess, which is extra power, no toughness, but he's flying, so he's not going to be getting into fights very often. You can use him for, look at his bloody fingers there. Suck it. 5 points of damage to target creature, only costs you 2 mana to do 5 points. That's fantastic. We already talked about Corpses Lost. What does this guy do? Trample haste. When he comes out, He's a 4/2, and he becomes an artifact creature till the end of his turn when he enters. So you got a hasty 4/2 straight up with trample. And then after that, you have to crew 2 to be able to activate him again. He's great. He's great. If he is in the graveyard, you can discard a card and pay 3 mana to return him from the graveyard to the battlefield, the finality column, which means if he dies, he gets exiled. Still, you can reuse this guy. He's self-reanimating, essentially. And that is a glorious, I keep saying glorious thing. It's really good, though. And then we got the 22 various lands. All these lands are, for the most part, fast, except for Blackcleave Cliffs, who's only not fast if you're playing it later in the game. We're playing aggro. We're not going to have later games. And even if it does, we probably don't need the mana. It can probably wait on anyway. So we're all good. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to throw dudes out, try to pump them, and go crazy as much as possible. We don't have much control, but we do got a little. So it's just be tricksy, be aggressive, and hopefully finish them off before they can do anything about it. That's what's great in an aggro deck. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sheoldred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. I am playing against the Burninator. Burninating the countryside. Burninating. Oh man, I want black mana, but everything else is looking good. So let's just go with red. The people. And his name was Trogdor. Trogdor. We're getting nowhere fast, aren't we? Well, he really just wants to counter something. And we need black, but we're not getting it anywhere. And then Trogdor comes in the night. Well, this is space lame. Black. Come on, let me touch you with the icky finger. Is that what's going on here? All right, fine. One, come on. Let it drop. Two. Let's fry that little guy's brain. I'm still monking it up, apparently. All right, let's get him. You can block. Go for it. All right, so my bet is that I'll be able to kill him before he can kill me with toxicity. I'd like to pick up another mana, por favor. There's three. All right, there's the mana we're looking for. All right, black up. Who do I want to kill? This guy. All right, and Go ahead. Do what you need to. The token doesn't really matter that much, man. They're all tokens. None of it's going to affect Corpses of the Lost, unfortunately. I'm getting it bad. 5, man. That's rough. All right, Skeletor. That gets me a guy. And we win! In your face, Davy Jones. In your face. And we're playing against thaelab. Thaelab. That sounds right. Keep. Red. Let's go get him. Haste. Aha, we're winning. Quite frankly, I'd like to pick up another mana next turn. That'd make me feel nice and safe. Not mana. Steel Cutter. Alright, can we play 2 cards next turn? We can. Love to get a third, though. Third mana. Well, he's going to have to take Burst Lightning. He has to. If he doesn't, then I'll just kill his bat. There you go. What I like is that, yeah, sure, I got the Cori-Steel Cutter, but I don't need it. The rest of the deck's pretty decent on its own. I'm going to Monstrous Rage you is what I'm going to do. Alright, 1. Haste. Who are we going to pump? Not you. We'll hold you back. I want to make sure anything he does is going to be painful. Let's just do that. There we go. Ah, he's down to 4. Yeah, I'll take that back. Absolutely. Dude, I'm going to wreck you with Corpses of the Lost. Pump, 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 a pump. All right, block away, Blockersteins. You'll get 1 life out of the deal. That's it. And we win! In your face, Charlie Brownu. In your face. And we're playing against Spojo 620. 1 to 3. All right, yeah, that's good. Kind of wish I could move cards around right now. I don't like the way this is organized. I know it's by color and everything, but walk there. I feel much better now. I gotta shake my bushy tail here for a second. All right, we have the ability to shoot. We have the ability to kill. Down. All in. All right, I could definitely put out a hasty skeleton on the next turn. And we'll be able to slaughter that. Well, I guess 4 Forsaken Miners not going to be able to take it down. All right, Skeletor, there you go. Okay, so we got mana. Doesn't really matter at this point. Is 3 really what I need? I think the only thing we get up to... Yeah, 3 is the most that we need in any particular thing. So I just need mana to be able to cast multiples per spell, and that's only if I get the Cori-Steel Cutter out. Yeah, it's disappointing. Alright, so we put out Forsaken Miner. That is a good guy. Another Corpses of the Lost. And here we go. You can block if you want. You can block if you want to. You can leave your kids behind. You can block till your eyes fall out of your head. I don't know. I have to work with something that rhymes with find. It's no something of mine. All right. Oh, what are we going to do here? Let's just keep going at them, I guess. This is a land. He doesn't have any creatures out, so all I could do is just Seismic Betrayal. Was this an instant? Nope, it's a sorcery. All I could do is keep hitting him with the skeleton over and over again. Only costs 1, and he's got double haste, essentially. Double haste! Alright, next turn. If he doesn't, unless he has something for my poor Forsaken Miner here. He's got those lands, those man lands up there. Oop, that's not great. Well, we'll go after this way, then. Get him! That's not a skeleton, though. That's a problem. And we win. I might have been able to do a Strategic Betrayal. Victory! Alright, we're playing against wjook. Oh, we don't have any of our black. That is not weird. So, I mean, look at it. It's just nothing but red in a obviously Rakdos deck. All right. Okay, let's put this out. And I don't get red out of the deal if that's the case, so we're good. And there we go. Unfortunately, I'm going to get a guy. Let's put out the Cori-Steel Cutter. That's fine. This guy looks like he's killing creatures, and I want to make sure I get an opportunity here. Ooh, a whole nother one. Well, I'm just being stupid. I don't like the fact that I only have one creature. That is a problem. I think we're going to get smoked. He's got too much going on for him. I want to be playing that deck myself. That looks great. Let's throw this guy out. And then we'll singleton up. Pop it up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was planning on losing a guy anyway, that's fine. Whether I sacrifice it, that's the question. And I let him just do it. As long as you get him below 3, then you can nuke it hardcore this way. And that means it's exiled forever and always. No, I exiled it. What the hell? Oh, it's the wrong card. Wrong card. That's the kicker version. All right, well, I need 3 mana for this. Let's see what we draw. All right, number 1, pop. I guess I should have put out this Swiftspear first, is what I should have done. Then he would have been pumped up. Bum bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. Bum bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. You can kill what, 1 guy? You're gonna go after, well, it's an artifact. The question is that what you have in your hand? Is the one that doesn't do well against artifacts? Yep, that's it. Eyes down to 3. I crew this up by 2 next turn. He's got trample and haste. There's no way I could play this card, though. I could equip. All right, let's see, let it go. I don't like the fact he's got so much mana. He's desperately trying to pull me back. All right, what does this cost me? 3? I don't have, so I just put it out straight up. Let's attach it to, I don't know, Smokey Robinson there. Let's do that. How about you? You gonna be better? There we go. That's the full meal deal right there. Block away. Pow! 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 Boom! Boom! Goes the room. Boom! Freaking boom! Victory! I played against JrCardistry. JrCardistry. Keep. Let's make the dog go night-night. They whine a little too much. I'm not a big fan of that. Ooh, I could just nuke that dude. That might be bad, but let's get out the Cori-Steel Cutter. Anything good in there? Nope, nothing good. Whoa. All right, I'm going to do it this way, though. Pump. Kill. Put out another dude. And all in. Alright, we got Corpse of the Lost next turn. That'd be fantastic. Another mana would be great too. Another mana would be fantastic. Alright, come on. Other mana. There we go. See, now I can Monstrous Rage like this guy. Go to town! Down to 4! We are doing awesome. Alright, let's hope he doesn't just wipe out my board. That would be bad. I think I can work my way around him. And we win! And we win! Victory! Alright, so here we are with Skeletal Prowess. And yeah, this was a fantastic deck. I'm a big fan of Rakdos. I'm a big fan of Mono Black. Aggro red is great too. You can put those two things together. It is glorious. And this was a great deck. What did I really like about it? There was a lot of haste. And when I saw what? Monastery Swiftspear and Cori-Steel Cutter and Slickshot Show-Off. I'm just like, really? Is this what we're playing again? But I'm like, look at, whoa. Skeletons. Skeletons are in there. And a bunch of cheap stuff. I'm like, okay. So in reality, it's two fairly boring decks. Skeletons and Mono Red Hasty Aggro with Prowess or whatever. Slammed together to form one new deck. And the question is, can that be just as awesome? And maybe it's not as efficient because you have to make sure you get the right mana. But all you need is like 1 mana of each color to really make this deck work out well. And we got enough dual lands, and all of these are relatively fast because we're going to be playing this deck aggro super hard. So therefore, this the enters with 2 or fewer other lands is going to be just fine, And these other guys, these are not tapped at all. They come in just untapped and able to be used. So 100% these lands are good for this particular deck. All right, so let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I could say special, whatever it's called, special mention goes to Cori-Steel Cutter. Definitely this thing's got a lot of value because it keeps birthing babies by playing 2 cards. We got plenty of cards to play 2 of any particular turn. I got to say that this guy was good because of the way he was able to come, self-recurs himself essentially. And 4/2 Haste Trample is nothing to sneeze at. He wasn't really great. Cori-Steel was better than that. But I'm going to give it to Corpse of the Lost. I've given this guy MVP countless times. He is still incredible. The value that it provides is fantastic. It puts out a dude, gives all your skeletons hastes, and gives them all +1/+0. And it can return to your hand where you can replay it again in certain situations. Yeah, the value behind Corpse of the Lost is just insane. Plus, the artwork is so top choice that once again, Corpses of the Lost is going to be today's MVP. Congratulations, Weird Skeleton Dude. You are going to Disneyland. All right, let's get to it. Number 1, how competitive was this deck? I got a 78%. The funny part is I picked this up off of like the standard meta list, and I think that it was supposed to be 60. It's supposed to be a 60% deck. In my play, how much did I play? I played it 9 times. I got a 78%, 78. So, it did really good. It did very well. Maybe, I always say that it's not so much whether a deck is a good deck, it's whether it's a good deck for you. And I got to tell you, Hasty Rakdos is definitely a me kind of deck, and I think this deck and me get along just fine. So I got some better points than what most people do. Or maybe if I play it 100 times, I'll get more like 60%. Still, the competitiveness of this deck is top shelf in my opinion. I think this is definitely a Platinum Mythic level deck. I would say, yes, it is a competitive deck. Absolutely. Number 2, was this deck fun? Absolutely. Look at this curve right here. 1, 2, and a little bit of 3. That's what I like to see. I love to see this because I just feel like I'm doing it. Now, there's sometimes, like if one person put out Authority of the Consuls, I just gave up because I have 0 ability to control enchantments. And if I don't have haste, this deck doesn't really work out. So I just didn't even bother to play. You got your limitations. You got your limitations with this deck. And once you know it, you just give up, move along real quick, and you can move on to something more interesting. But still, I had a lot of fun with this deck. I enjoyed how fast it was. I enjoyed that things were going on and that they were over fairly quickly. It was just a thrilling thrill ride from start to finish. Lastly, was it interesting? Yes. Why? Because it's the combination, it's the synergy, it's the chimera of 2 other decks, which is Red Aggro Prowess and Black Aggro Skeletons, right? But they form double aggro, super hasty, Skella Prowess. So there we go, Skeletal Prowess. That's absolutely it. So I thought that was an interesting concept, and I love seeing it. All right, so let's set this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Absolutely. Was this deck interesting? Totes my goats. All right, so this makes this into an A+ deck, and as I'm forced by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend that you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.